Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my March Project Live 2025, and as you can see I already went through my kit and then I decided which cards I wanted to use. I really love this colorful color scheme this month, looks very nice. And then I also have my photos printed. Sometimes I do my Project Live weekly or bi-weekly, so I will sit down at the middle of the month and then do the first 2 weeks and then the other 2 at the end of the month. But this month was kind of a little bit busy and I was not in the mood, and I'm working on other memory keeping projects. So now it's the beginning of April and I'm now doing March all at once. So the first thing I did was my title page. And I really love the gold foil on the vellum, and this card apparently repeats every month and I really love the consistency. And this time I took a second vellum card with a pattern on it to back the white vellum card, and I used my sewing machine to stitch the 2 pieces together, and for this I used this zigzag stitch. I think it adds a little bit of texture, really like it. And for the first week I only had one big journaling card and a lot of photos, so the only thing that I need to do was to adhere my photos back to back and then trim the edges, because I think it looks a lot nicer in the album, because sometimes the journaling cards and the photos are not the same size. So you have a slight white border on the edge sometimes, and I really do not like it. And then I went and did the other weeks too before embellishing everything. As you can see, I wanted to have a repeating element with the stitching and the dark blue thread. I really think this color fits the whole kit very nice. And here you can see I sometimes take the ends and then just tie them together, and then sometimes I take an adhesive tape and then I just adhere the loose ends on the back. And especially if you use page protectors, you really do not need to do this. I don't know, for my feeling it feels a lot nicer and tidier, so I just do it. But you can either just leave the ends just how they are, it's a really cute look, or just adhere it on the back. For this week I also had a journaling card and I used my printer to print on it. You can find a little tutorial on my Instagram page on how I did that, and you will find a tutorial soon on this YouTube channel where I really show you in depth how I set up my file and then my printer and how I print on my journaling cards. And for the next week I also used my sewing machine to repeat the look of the zigzag stitch, and this is also one thing I did last month with the little vellum card with the numbers on it. I simply adhered it to the back of a vellum, and I really think it looks so cute, adds a little bit of texture. And also because I am now on a new spread and I do not have weekly title pages, I really like to have another title card that shows me which months I'm currently in. So I really like to repeat either the name of the month or the numbers. There were a few of these vellum cards in the kit in a 3x4 size, and I decided to also use them on this spread and now on the last spread. And I used them kind of as a frame for small photos. So I used the colorful part in the middle of the card and then put a photo on it. And it's really cute, but I don't know what else I could do with these cards, so I just used them as a frame. And I was thinking about adding a little bit journaling on the bottom, but in the end you will see I just added the date. And I really love this 4x6 card with the Polaroid frames on it. It looks so cute. I can totally imagine this pattern on travel collections and travel albums. Really love it. And in this case, I used it to add a few photos on it because my boyfriend was on a little trip and I wanted to add the photos that he sent me from the trip. And I printed them on one 4x6 photo paper and just in a smaller size, and then I cut them down and then I could arrange them on this cute Polaroid pattern. And maybe you can see in the photos where he was, and maybe you can guess it. If you know where he was, then write it in the comments. And this card is just a perfect example of how you can add a lot of photos if you have a lot and not enough space. But I also like how playful this is and the theme of Polaroid pictures. Yeah, I think it really fits the vibe with travel photos. And either I will buy myself the digital file from this or just create it myself in Photoshop, because I think in my next travel album I totally want to have this pattern. Speaking of travel albums, I just discovered that I have a lot of travel albums not finished, and this is really one project that I want to do this year, to have at least one old travel album that I will finish, because you know, I have new vacations and trips planned for this year, and I will come back with a lot of ephemera and a lot of memories and stories and photos. And I think, as usual, I will just start new travel albums. So you will see my progress and what travel albums I decide to finish on this channel and on my Instagram. So in the end, I was finished with my photos and my journaling cards, and then I needed to embellish it. So I wanted to use the word phrase stickers and also a lot of these paper die cuts and chipboard pieces that were in the kit. I have still the goal to really use up my kits and really put it into my album, but sometimes it's a little bit hard for me because I have just limited space, just 4 spreads for each month, and I really like a more simple look, but I added a few of these paper die cut tags and also the word phrase stickers, and I really think they add a little cute touch. So these are my finished spreads, and if you liked my video and enjoyed watching it, then please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!